Wit and Grit Show with Alka. The Wit and Grit Show with Alka. On the Wit and Grit Show with Alka. Yes. On the Wit and Grit Show with Alka. Wow. The Wit and Grit Show with Alka. On the Wit and Grit Show with Alka. Hello. Hello. Greetings of peace, love, and happiness. Welcome to the Wit and the Grit Show with Alka. And today we have all the way from the USA to sparkle, to scintillate, to serenade, to shine brilliance on all of us, watching us from all parts of the globe, right here live from the US. He guides people well. He's a storyteller. He's an NLP certified guru, I would call him, because he's an expert and he has more degrees attached to that. And he is the founder, the president, the CEO of Mike's International. He's also a speech linguist. I mean, he works on giving speech training to people. And I think that's so wonderful because, life is all about the right kind of communication, how you communicate with people. And we at Chilparko, yes, we believe that, we are all powered by the C's. It's like care, connect, communicate, collaborate, create, in order to spread smiles, sanguinity, peace, positivity, love, kindness, just enhancing self-worth, making the world a beautiful planet Earth to be in. And so on the Wit and the Grit show, which has seen about 350 plus episodes, and we are on season 2, and we are so delighted to have Mike Litman all the way from the USA with us. And I saw him dancing, and I think, he sort of already created that fantastic, struck that right chord with all of you, by his spirit. I think the spirit, this jovial spirit, is something that we all need in our life, besides being witty and gritty at the same time. But yes, I know you're a fantastic storyteller, Mike. So first, welcome to the show. And finally, after long, we connected in 2023, and we were to do the show, but somehow things didn't work out. And I'm so glad that in 24, we finally could make it happen. But in your storytelling style, tell us, who is the real Mike?
You really pushed amazing button on my keyboard, on my brain keyboard, like you were talking about communication. But let me tell you, like, what's the communication is in NLP. Why? Because a lot of people ask me, and a lot of people, like, they feel language they are speaking is just for communication. No. We are living in most advanced era of the history. I believe communication means, like, not just the words you speak. It means once you speak and the response you get from your listener, from your viewer, all right? So the ultimate, like, response you get, that's we call communication. So communication is not just one way. And I don't call it communication that we need to go on to the next level, because it's all about influence. We speak to influence people. Why? Because whenever we speak, we want to get something out of it, right? Right now, we are trying to make an impact on our audience, right? And we are ready to make an impact on each other's lives. So it's not just communication, it's about influence. You are in sales, you are interacting with people around you, with your siblings, with your intimate relationship, or what you are at office, or you are speaking to the people. So it's all about, the vision of communication is to get something out of it. Why? Because it's a very selfish thing. Why? Because it's not just communication. What I have learned is it's more than influence. It's not just a communication. So when I tell stories, I am very interesting story. I started off. Uh, I had a humble beginning. I was bullied. I had a submissive. Um,
Mm.
Archon and never been understood by the people when I was so young. I don't consider kids as the young people. I feel like they are the amazing, amazing people on the globe. I never treated them like the kids or the children. So the person I wanted in my life, then I became that person. And I think the vulnerability is the key, which makes me not a storyteller. I just tell the facts or my feelings, what I get from the people. So your life is full of stories. But here I want to tell you something. I was reading about the fear. Maybe you noticed the biggest fears. We have so many fears in our life, but one fear has not been discussed. And the biggest fear in our life is to share your story. We
You're
have
right,
thought
actually. Hmm.
seriously, this is one of the top fear in the world. People are
Hmm.
not ready to share their story. We all are, and I feel like we all are willing in someone's story. So that's why, and when people tell their story, it's most of the time it's a one-sided story. That's not a story. So complete story is totally different idea. So I feel because the story in NLP, it makes us it makes a positive impact on the people. People love to listen story. They don't want to listen opinions or facts. And you can engage people by telling them stories. And I personally experienced in my last seminar, my last talk, I was given just 35 minutes and I spoke up for more than 2 hours. I was not getting tired. And in my audience, it was a pin drop silence there. And they were grabbing and they were picking up each and everything. So if you start a story, people want to listen. People want to believe it. People believe in stories. So stories like it creates a hypnosis in NLP. Until you don't complete your story, people love to listen. And people only listen until you are polite. People stop listening when you are not noble polite. So people want to listen polite, politeness.
Okay, that you made a couple of points, and yeah, the influence word was one big word which you were speaking about, and the fear factor that you spoke about, and storytelling, what exactly it is. But yes, I quite like the way you talked about yourself, and it was so honestly coming out. Hello, are you there? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah.
Okay, okay. I thought I'd lost you.
Yes.
All right. So when
Yep.
when you
Yeah,
were
I can
growing
hear
up,
you. Yeah.
basically, I mean, did you think when you were growing up and you were a young lad, let's say a teenager, what were the kind of dreams did you had? I know you said humble beginnings and all, but we always have our dreams, and the way you have shaped your personality now, I mean, you've become such a powerful global expert at whatever you're doing. I mean, you guide people, you help them understand their mind, their behavior, you give lessons in speech. So for all this, how was it? Did it just come naturally to you, or did you have dreams of this, or did you have dreams of something else altogether, and you just arrived at this position in a different way? So what was that? What was that story of your teenage periods? What fascinated you?
In exactly. Appreciate it. In the bottom line, it's a very powerful question.
Hmm.
Reason why, someone asked me first time ever in my life, like, how were you dreaming like when you were growing up in your teens? So I want to tell you something about it. Seriously, I was dreaming something out of the box. I wasn't happy at all, like whatever was happening around me. I was not satisfied. I always wanted to do something out of the box. I always wanted to inspire people. When I was so young, I was dreaming. It was maybe a daydreaming because I was dreaming like I had a black color suitcase, the briefcase, and a black hat and a black color suitings, and I'm just going out there, and the millions of people that are waiting for me on the stage, and I'm gonna rock. I had something, some kind of special
So
seed
you
in my
saw
heart that
visions.
I can inspire people. I have something. I had something like uh, I was different. And one greatest thing, like what I could develop in my life, and when I was growing up and I was so young, that was, I was not satisfied, whatever I was doing in my life. I was
Mm.
never satisfied. Even when I talk to the young people, so I always say, don't be satisfied. Don't be satisfied in your life. Not with the people. It's all about you. Whenever you go to do something, always question yourself. Can you do it better than this? What else, like, you can, what else can you do to make it better? Because I was the best judge of myself, and I always wanted to do something like which can really create some impact. And but one thing like was I was also doing like I was not happy whatever was happening around me. I was not happy. I was born and grew up in some army environment, and a lot of people I could see there with the beautiful dresses, but I wasn't happy. I said no, I won't do like what everyone is doing because I wasn't happy, with that environment. I always wanted to do something bigger and different. And here I want to tell you, I'm the same person like what I dreamed in my life when I was so young. It hardly happens because when I was growing up, one biggest sentence like what I could get from my mom was an amazing, amazing, amazing lady. She always talked very positively. She always questioned me. She always gave me the question in my life, like about everything what you're learning. So she always talked about me in front of many people like, hey, Mike, you're going to be the biggest success. I know you have something special within you. I know you can do something what no one can do it. I know you can accept something what no kid or no other children like can accept it. You have something
So
special.
mommy
And I
was the
knew you're going to
biggest
be the biggest success.
inspiration,
It happened
right?
in my life when my mom. Seriously, I never learned from books. I learned everything by my mom because she was a
Wow.
lady of wisdom and
Woman power, mommy
perspicaciousness
power.
and full of insight. She was amazing. Whenever she questioned, we always started to search. And yeah, yeah. And she told me like, I always complain my mom, why you talk all about like, hey, you're gonna be big in success. You see, I don't have a good shoe, I don't have good clothes, I'm going to my school, I don't have a car, I don't have a pocket money, I don't have anything. But my mom said, but you have something special, you have you, and you gotta be you, you gotta win. I know like you gotta put a dent on this party globe. We don't need kind
Ah,
of think like to be
yeah.
looking forward. Yeah. So she
And she
always
was so
instilled,
right.
yeah, she instilled very positive energy. And I personally experienced, like I still can remember, and I share with a lot of kids. Even I share with the moms because it's a message. If someone is listening this podcast, it's a beautiful lesson. It's a bazillion-dollar lesson. What you can give your kids, you can't help them all the way. Like you can't travel with them 24 over 7. You can't survive forever with your kids. All right, what you can give them, you just can give them one sentence that you're going to be biggest success. And then I say
Yeah.
my lot of kids, and I say like to my clients, like, hey, I got to be biggest success. I got to be biggest success. Why? And seriously, it happened in my life. I always started to dream big. You can give them, it's the greatest legacy, what you can give to your children, you can give to your next generation. So this beautiful line could help me. Whenever we were in the marriage ceremony, my mom started to call and started to talk with other people. They say, look, he's my son and he's going to be the biggest success. And whenever we were even in the
That's
funeral ceremony,
confidence that mom had in you. And you
yeah,
proved her right. Yeah.
yes,
That's brilliant.
exactly. Whatever I did, I want to tell you something. I want to disclose this biggest secret to everyone, like if someone is watching this podcast. My whole life and the life I'm having right now, it's all because of the stories what my mom and my dad told me. My mom
Great.
asked me to, yes,
Parents out there,
yeah,
you must listen to what Mike said. You can create that power within your child by just, doing what his mom and dad did. And you bring
Exactly.
out the
You
best. And
are,
look at him now. Look at
yeah,
him
yeah,
now.
you are going with stories. What else, Mike? Okay, we follow
Yeah,
stories. We are stories. Okay, we are
yeah,
stories. And so you need to, and you gotta be the hero of your story, right? And there is a content.
absolutely.
Okay,
Bang
if
on.
you're gonna influence people, yeah, there is a content. If you want to influence people, all right. So you give, you forgive, and you forget, and you become selfless in your life. This word
Yes.
could help me a lot. I don't have a lot of money. But I've impacted a lot of people in my life, and they are my assets and they are my capital. Okay. So this is what I have learned. So Mama always, talked to many people whenever she got an opportunity. And it was not just helping me to build up my confidence, it was helping me to set a big goal. All right. She was helping me. She
Yeah.
was reminding me again and again. She was knocking the door. She was telling everyone, hey, look, he's my son and he's going to be the biggest success story. But one more
Ah,
secret. I was adult. I was unable to read well. I was unable to listen well. I was unable to be understood by the people. I was the student, like no one was ready to talk to me in my classroom. But I one day talked to because I had a problem like in my speaking. Okay. So nobody could understand it. People like they bullied me. He can't speak well. He's so stupid. He can't understand. He can't speak well. He can't get a position. He can't like excel in his life. Even right now, when I'm like really onto the top, and one of them, my teacher, he looked my profile somewhere because his children like was my fan. They were following me on Instagram, on Facebook, and they were my fan. And my teacher, I had no idea where is he like, but he called on, and he called me and said, "Hey, this is you?" I said, "Yes, this is me." And he told me, "Hey, I can't expect like that much. You are inspiring a lot of people. All right. How is it possible?" I said, "Yes, it's quite possible. All right." So
because
one
my
thing,
mom said I will. As
yeah.
simple as that.
And
Mommy power.
I never accepted any kind of opinion what people said from me. I had a greatest opinion about me, and I followed my opinion. Even right now, I don't care what's happening around me. I'm just
Brilliant.
massively
That's the
focused what
spirit.
I'm doing. What I'm doing. Why? Because your other people's opinion about you have not to become your reality. Your personal opinion about you matters a lot. And in my life, in my opinion, oh my God, I give it the biggest success story. I get it with the biggest success. That's why I feel all the great successful people, why they are great, why they are top 3% people in the world. The reason why, because they knew the successful story. They knew about the top successful people. And other people, because I'm an educator and I help people like to um, I mentor people. I'm a counselor, so I train and motivate people. So a lot of people they have acquired the bad knowledge, the worst knowledge, which is not and which have not been even helping them to grow up in the right direction. Why? Because I had one more dream in my life that I get to be the world class. I get to be the world class, and the whole planet is my country, right? um,
Wow. You
I'm
you gave us
passionate.
a nice lesson actually over here. You talked about so many things, parenting and about your own self-worth and just believing in yourself and not caring about what is happening around you. I think this is so important for one's own self-worth, when you're not bothered about what is happening, you're only focused on what you yourself as a person are. You're curious, you want to learn more, you want to explore, you want to do things in your unique way. I think that's exactly what you did. So, when was the first time that you said, yes, this is what I'm going to be doing and I'm doing it? When was that
Tony
first
Robbins. Tony
happy
Robbins.
eureka
Oh
moment?
yeah, yeah. Tony Robbins, when I first time I noticed like he was giving an amazing talk on TED Talk. We become what we do, like this kind of amazing, beautiful topic. And he was talking to a lot
Hmm.
of people. Before
Hmm.
this, I was so much worried and I was really trying different things in my life. But the day when I noticed, oh my God, he really helped me to become what I am. Definitely, you are because of someone's story. You are because of
Yeah,
uh, some
absolutely,
inspiration,
absolutely.
I believe. And energy is contagious. I knew that whatever I'm doing right now, so a lot of people, they are witnessing, like they are observing what I'm doing. And so I'm becoming story for my next generation. All right. So we are
Yeah.
stories. So what
That's
happened.
another powerful thought, leaving a legacy behind. Yeah, brilliant.
Exactly, because one guy asked me like, so what should I do? I want to do PhD and I have to like go for my interview. So what should I say? So they're gonna ask you. One question is most definite that the people ask you in the interviews, like if you want to qualify for something great. So they ask you like, what do you want to do it, right? Why? Because that starts with why. So it's a very simple, and I feel it's the purpose of everyone's life. All right, because we're born on this beautiful planet, so it's a responsibility primarily. It's a purpose. Like the day you're born, this much is a part of your life. Yeah, I tell people, okay, that the purpose of my life is to make this world a conducive place for my next generation.
Lovely, lovely, lovely. And the point that you are at now, reaching here, did you face any major challenge? Was there anything which was a little unsettling for you, where you almost questioned yourself that, am I doing this the right way? Could I do this in a different way? Was there any, major stumbling block in your journey of success till now? Hello? Hello, Mike? Are you
Can
there?
you repeat for a second? Because there's, yeah, you
There's
sound
a
like was
lag.
here.
I think
Yeah.
you froze for a moment. So I'll just repeat. Any stumbling block in your journey up till now? I mean, you've reached a very successful place now, and you've created a lot of dents in the global world. But to reach this spot, was there any major block that you had to overcome? Any major hurdle that you had to overcome?
So many.
Oh,
Yeah,
but
of
anything which
course.
seemed very
I feel
jittery,
the
very,
more problem and more challenges you get, the
you
more
become better.
the more you get like to your success. So it's a
Yeah.
really part of life. It's a part of game. It helps you. It's a direction like what comes from the nature and it tells you, hey, stop it. You're not doing it the right way. So better you go this way. So rejection and the failure is part of my life. So I've been the greatest failure of the world. I'm still like I can't believe like I'm the biggest success story. So I'm the biggest zero. I'm the biggest failure. Even everybody knew I can tell them I'm the biggest failure. I'm the biggest zero. So I overcame my lot
Wow.
of fears. I overcame
But
my
you're a
lot
hero now.
of
And
so
I don't know, you remind me of some Hollywood actor, and the name is not coming, but when it comes, I'll just tell you that.
I'm not a great reader, even I'm not been like watching a lot of movies, but I
Oh, you're
whenever
just
it
being
comes
modest.
it's always, I question myself always. I always put
Mm.
myself into the top. And I asked to my mentors, like a couple of years ago, I had a different dreams and I was doing it like a lot of things in my life differently because I believe um doing differently. Okay. So because if you're not doing differently, you will never get different results. All right. If you're gonna do everything what like everyone is doing, so you would have the same results. Okay. So my job is to let the people think. And a couple of years ago, one of my mentor friend like told me, "Hey, Mikey, you're getting everything free of cost. You're getting oxygen, you're getting fresh water, and so many of the things
Oh,
you're getting from
yes. We
nature.
need to
So
be
what are you
grateful
paying
for all
for?
that. Yeah, yeah,
What are
yeah.
you paying for that? That was the
Yeah.
punchline of my life. Like in so every day we learn, right? And I always, I'm ready to be criticized. I'm ready to be criticized. This is what the strength I have created in my life. All right. So and I have developed my sport group. I call it idea sport group people. Like I surrounded I'm ready to be criticized with them, but because I feel like if I'm not ready to be criticized with my that particular group, then I gotta be ready to be
Well,
criticized by everyone.
don't we face criticism at every point of time in our lives? You know, especially when we try doing something in our own unique way, we create that kind of a ripple effect, and then if there are 10 people saying good things about you, there would be 20 saying not so good things about you too. So I think that's what you're talking about. So the criticism comes in from all corners, but I think the person who's tough, you know, when the going gets tough, the tough get going. So if you can stand on your ground and still believe in what you're doing, it's okay. The criticism will come.
Yes,
But
exactly.
you are you,
I
like you
believe.
said in the beginning, you are you. So be you, and don't be, what do you call that? Be unashamedly you. It's you and your
Yeah,
life that
yeah,
matters. So
yeah.
it's okay.
Exactly.
It's okay
So
if you're
right.
different. Perfect, perfect. But you know,
Yeah.
since you're so profound in your thoughts, we listen to these proverbs all the time. But you know, everybody has a different take on some proverbs, which are age-old proverbs. For example, what are your thoughts on honesty is the best policy?
I believe integrity because honesty is the greatest thing, but honesty is a part of integrity. All right. So I believe in
Yeah,
integrity. I put a lot of questions to myself when I'm doing anything. So integrity, and because integrity bring authenticity, right, in your leadership, and you definitely can influence more people. And like you talked about, a lot of people they criticize you. So I believe I'm in the domain for last now couple of decades. So if people are criticizing because I've done my job, all right. So it's up to
yeah,
them now, like how do they take it? So if I'm confident about it, right? I believe if you are doing something which is right and no one is doing, no, okay, I don't mind. And even if I'm doing something which is wrong and everyone is doing, so that's wrong, okay? So we need to know, it brings confidence. Like, and I know we kind of people like we're so and the goal-minded friends, we know we look at the things differently. We have a third perspective.
yeah,
We don't look at the things like we are. We start looking at the things as the things are because it helps us like to go on to the next level. And I personally feel like wherever we are, like we are at this level, and because what the advantage you have over the other people, if people have learned this much, okay, and you learn that level, all right, so the gap between it is create advantage. And I don't believe in universities or any kind of content. I know a lot of people in my life, they just followed one content. They hardly attended a school, high school, and they became legends. Still, it's not the purpose to become legend. The purpose is to become selfless, all right, and to contribute in a people's life. And without major social contribution to people's life, I don't feel that's a life. So life is amazing. Life is so amazing because we're born with some great purpose. We're born with some great mission because we're born to fix something what no one is doing. And I believe I learned a lot from Dr. Ruth Fow. Why? Because she helped a lot of people selflessly, and she's been contributing uh, without any motivation. I sometimes feel like what kind of motivation is there when you are doing for the people, especially you're doing for what is undone, and you are serving the unserved and the underserved people. I think life is it's so easy to find your purpose. Why? Because if you're doing everything selflessly, all right,
you'll
you're
find
not,
it. You'll
it's so,
find your purpose. But I
yeah.
still want to ask you one question, just add to it. Why is success overrated and happiness underrated, in your opinion?
Okay, there is one more dimension. I just a few days ago I had a talk with some corporate people, and they have spent a lot of money to make their
Hmm.
people happy because they organized one department and they hired one guy, the organizational culture guy, like he was managing the culture of organization because there were a lot of stress there. So they spent a lot of money to make people happy. And I don't believe in making people happy. I believe if you're going to be productive, all right. So you can bring a lot of happiness because happiness is just a emotion and it will last after 12 minutes. All right, it's time, it's just 12 minutes or 30 minutes, but productivity can bring you happiness all the time. I want to tell you one story. Uh, story.
Oh, I love stories. I love stories.
I know one guy, like it's I've been like taking a tea, all right, from
Hmm.
that guy and asking, hey, are you selling tea? He said, no, I'm not selling tea. I thought, wow, what are you talking about? Like you are selling tea, you're serving people tea. So what are you talking about? He said, no, actually, I'm not selling tea. I'm selling health. Wow. I learned that was seriously, Alka. It was a significant emotional event in my life. And because we are different people, I had a quest. And I asked, do you sell health? How do you, how do you sell
Yeah, he
health?
actually said that.
Because because I'm getting the natural milk and I'm really, making a high quality tea. So that's not
Mm.
just a tea. I'm just giving something like to make people healthy. I said, wow. I said, then what will happen like if you're gonna sell health? He said, if I gotta sell health, all right, so they gotta work more. They gotta work more. They can
That's
put
why
all
I
their
said,
family.
that's why I said that he is witty and gritty at the same time, along with that dollops of erudite wisdom that he has.
Yes.
That's totally you, Mike. That's totally you. We can see that wit and gritty charm in you. Wow. Okay. On a
All right.
lighter note.
All right.
Yeah.
So on the next level, I said, okay, what will happen like if you are they gonna if they're gonna work more, then what will happen? He said, if they're gonna work more, they will get more money. Really? Yeah, they're gonna get more money. I said, what's next? He said, if you're gonna get more money, they're gonna give this money to their children and to their family. I said, then? He said, they're gonna be happy. I said, then. He said, if they're gonna be happy, then they can give them a better sport. Believe me, success happens at home. Success never happens outside.
Right.
So success happens at home, right? You become
Right.
productive. You come out of your home after success. All right. So he said, all right. I said, okay. So then what? Like, um, if they're going to be happy, if they're going to be happy, he would be more happy. I said, then if he's going to be more happy, he can work more. And then what? Then he will take more tea. So the point is, if we can put the love quotient, Jackman said love quotient in a different perspective, but I feel like a Mother Teresa. If you're gonna put love attitude into your work, if you're gonna do it from bottom of your heart, and if you really want to make an impact, and if you really love people, all right, if you're
Yeah.
gonna love people, you're gonna be the world's richest person in the world, right? I
Yeah.
can tell you, Steve Jobs, Bill Gates, Elon Musk, all right, and all top greatest people. They have impacted people's life on a very positive notes, very positive.
Yeah.
They take care. It's not about making people satisfied. No, they take care of their client, their internal client and their external client. That's why I believe everyone on this globe, if you are a salesperson, you're a business person, you're a speaker, you're an influencer, you're a trainer, do from bottom of your heart and do seriously in the perspective that you're really going to help. And if you know the real impact, where the impact is going on, if you know those people like where the impact is going to die, then definitely you will see you're going to be the biggest success in your life. Hey, I got to be the biggest success. So, so
Wow.
that what makes us really the biggest success story in our life. It only happens when you put love into it, whatever you are doing, right? Whenever I speak for the people, I speak it from bottom of my heart, really. I love their future. I love their lives. I want to see them happy. And for this, I want to make them productive. But first, I have to accept the challenge. I have to accept the vibes. I have to accept that
Yeah.
vibration. A lot of people ask me, how do you become the greatest success? Hey, first feel. you must have the vibration, all right? You must know who you are and what can you really do for the people. How can you help it?
Right.
You know, what's the most beautiful line in the world is, how may I help you? How may I help you? Know, seriously, if you want to help people, whatever you're doing in your life, I gotta tell you, like, you're gonna be the Nobel Prize. You're
Oh,
gonna be.
wow.
So your life's remote control is in your hand. It's in your hand,
Yeah.
right? And the remote is, you know, it's a lot of people talk to me and hey, my business is not going up. My competitor, they're charging the top dollars. I said, if you seriously want to help people and you really love people, I believe the all greatest creations and all the 360-degree paradigm shifting we are going through, it all happened because of love quotient. If you're gonna put love into your work, I can tell you, I can make a guarantee. I'm so serious about it. If you're watching this podcast, I'm talking to the audience. Seriously, you're gonna be the biggest success story, and you will create a lot of positive energy for other people. It's very simple. Life is so simple.
You're so right. It's all about love. If one works with love in the heart, I think you can do just about the most impossible of tasks and yet make a success of it, no matter the hurdles, no matter the challenges. But like what you said, I mean, I love that story which you narrated, the tea story, the health story, and how it actually fell in place. And I think, again, the bottom line again is put love in all you do, and everything will work out just fine. Brilliant, more better than you ever thought or imagined, I think. And that's the way life is. Wow. Okay, that was very profound. But on a lighter note, if you could trade your life, I know you say that I'm not caring about anything. But if you could trade your life with someone else's for 1 day or 24 hours, is there anyone you would like to trade it with and why?
I can't seriously, I can't do it really. You know, I'm doing what I really love to do.
So you won't.
Yeah, seriously, this
Brilliant.
I'm so passionate about it. I'm so obsessive about my client, and this is what is keeping me alive. It's gonna be seriously my death. I can't trade it with anything because I'm doing what I love to do.
Yeah, I guess. I think that's brilliant. I would say that's just too good. Too good, too good. Okay. So, okay, another question. If you Since you love what you're doing, now imagine you wanted to give your younger self, let's say you're 16 or 17, maximum 18, go back to that time. What would you say to yourself? How would you mentor yourself? What would be the words to give power to yourself when you were 16, 17? You are now, and you as now, go back and say something to yourself when you were 17 or 18.
Elka, in the bottom line, I've been like through very tough time. I told you like it was very submissive time, and I
No,
had been
but with this power, if you had
now.
this power and you were at that time, what would you say to yourself to
It
push
seriously
yourself
took a
forward?
lot of time, like to execute my plans and my dreams to achieve what I
Mm,
wanted to do. This is what one I seriously I had uh, I repent upon this, like, and even I request all my clients the one greatest uh, fear or one greatest uh, thing like you could lose in your time is a time. All right. At that moment, seriously, I was so strong. I really installed very strong entire viruses around me.
mm,
Why? Because people seriously talk to me, hey, what you're doing? And it has no future. It has nothing. So people really opinionated and they really wanted me to destroy. And even they told me about their fear. They were telling me their fears. I
mm.
had no such fear. I was totally ready to experience differently with my life. I was totally ready to experiment like the life is coming up. I was not scared that the thing I'm doing like because I had a belief in my heart and mind that this is what I need to do, and I'm surely I gotta do something what people are not doing. And I started to accept what people were not accepting. Why? Because I was going through a lot of miseries, a lot of setbacks, and a lot of rejections, and a lot of objections, and a lot of the things what could hold me back, but I was not
You
ready to
didn't let them
accept
hold you back. Look at you
that.
now. Come
Yeah,
on. Witty and
yes,
gritty and tough.
I love this talk show.
Ah, yes, yes. But
Definitely.
do you have, is there something that we don't know about you? Some skill you have, some talent you have that no one knows about you, and somehow you never got a chance to actually talk about it? Well, would you like to
Uh,
talk about it now?
actually, actually, I'm very emotional. I'm so emotional. I most of the time it happens, right? Because whenever I see people in a pain, I start taking their pain because pain is also it's a natural though, and suffering is a choice I believe in. But still, I this is what the greatest weakness, or I don't know. I start feeling the same trauma like what I feel people are having right now. Even I want to help them, so I start feeling the same, and I go into that same position. I put
Empathy.
myself because I could develop empathy in my life, so that
Hmm.
would always help me because I feel the person you're helping, maybe you are the last one helping someone. So when I get help people and I get into the
Oh.
empathy, then I get so personal and I get
I
so
never
serious.
thought you'll be emotional. Honestly, you're right. I mean, this is a side of you that I wouldn't have thought. I mean, I'm perceiving you as someone who's super tough, who's super witty, gritty, full of erudite wisdom. I could never think that you're so emotional. And
I'm so emotional because I feel
yeah,
I could take it from my mom. She always I noticed, and I maybe uh, um, I'm a greatest fan of my mom. So I noticed she always embraced other people's pain. And this what could I develop when I started to question myself, like what it is. So it was an
hmm,
empathy, empathy, because I've been through a lot of submissive events in my life, and I've been, we told you, like a lot of rejections and a lot of things like
yeah.
this. So uh, empathy, maybe I'm in the top matrix of empathy.
No, but then, I mean, you are unique, unstoppable, tenacious,
Yes.
resilient, sanguine.
Absolutely. Yeah, I am so strong and I want to stay strong, most importantly.
Yeah,
I want to
obviously
stay
you'll stay
strong.
strong. That's your purpose in life.
Yeah, I
That's your
want to stay
purpose, and you're
strong.
going to be like that. But
Yeah.
yes, on a lighter note, uh, I know what you love, but when you have time for yourself, so how do you sort of relax and rejuvenate, and how do
It was
you?
quite simple. Someone told me, I read that quote. It was so inspiring for me in my life because I need to spend most of my time at my work. That's what I could because I'm so workaholic. All right. I do just four things. I read and write and I speak and I listen. I listen more actually. I listen a lot. It brings a lot of vibes. I'm not a great reader. And I had a feel like maybe I will lose my eyes. So better I will use my ears. So I started to listen a lot. And I've listened the tons of data, right? The tons of data I
Mm,
could listen. So this is something what could really inspire me, and I never wasted even a single
even a
moment.
single moment,
Yeah,
every
I,
moment precious,
yeah, my mind is always alert and open to receive everything
to
is coming to me.
receiving.
I don't learn from books. I learn from people because we
Yeah.
are the stories we have is about people. All right. So I mostly listen. This is my most of my time goes in my
This is
listening.
a powerful message, ladies and gentlemen, whoever is tuned into the show or who will tune into the show later on. This is a very, very powerful line that Mike said now. You don't only learn in a formal setting, you learn from life, you learn from people, you learn from your own experiences. And that's what makes you you, right, Mike?
Exactly. I'm so inspired, and I want to tell you if you're watching this British podcast, I'm talking to a seriously, seriously magnanimous and breathtaking and a groundbreaking success story. Alka, you are talking to me right now, most definitely, because I'm not on your position today. But if I can understand, because if you see someone successful, so there are a lot of failures in the background, there are a lot of rejection, there
Obviously, no one reaches the top without those hurdles
exactly.
on the way.
You
And sometimes
definitely
it takes some of us longer to reach the top, you know. A-
it takes long.
and one thing is there, the ones who take longer to reach the top generally stay there forever. And the ones who it's like
Exactly.
instant for them, like
Powerful.
instant coffee, instant
Yeah.
noodles, or instant
Yep.
something like that, it's only for a little while and then they come crashing down. So I always feel that if you need to keep success sustainable, if you need to keep your power
Exactly.
with you, take one step at a time on the ladder of heights of success. Like you said,
Exactly. Exactly.
keep on
Yeah.
learning in life.
Yeah.
I guess that's the
And
most
I
important
want
thing.
to share a couple of things over here. If you want to learn more, it's
Hmm.
a $1 zillion idea. If you want to learn more, then learn more and more.
Hmm.
You can't learn because in order to achieve what you have never achieved in your life, you got to become a different person. You have
Hmm.
to. Yeah. So what I believe, like Elon Musk says, and then he is after the Marie Curie, he's the second person in the world like who has not wasted his time. So I believe like if the young people are listening, and it's a story for everyone. So I
Yeah.
personally I don't believe in hard work. A lot of people they
Hard
believe in
work.
hard work and they couldn't excel. They couldn't make an impact. They couldn't make an impact with their ideas, with their positive thoughts.
Hmm.
So I don't believe in hard work. Even I don't believe in hard work. I don't believe in hard work. All right.
Okay.
Still, you're gonna be successful with the hard work and with the hard work. You're gonna be okay. Number three, you're gonna work smart work. Still, I don't believe in.
Okay.
Maybe you can't impact in that way.
I'm curious now. What are you coming to?
Seriously. So you're gonna become work always super hard. Work super hard. Alan must say,
Okay.
you are sleeping or you are working. All right. And you are sleeping, you are working. In working, you have a workout time, but you have to work all the time. Yeah, you could work all the time. So Marie Curie and Almus, why they're much successful in the world? The reason why, because they have exploited and they have consumed their time at the really top-notch level. They never wasted. I was reading about Almus, like he takes only 5 minutes meeting. And he says, if you're going to take more times than 5 minutes meeting, that's not a meeting. All right. So meeting time is just 5 minutes. And you go for the meeting if you have no power in communication, in writing skill. That's why you go for the meeting. All right. And he takes exercise. And while he's taking exercise, he listens some other material or like he even answer the other things. Like even in the washroom, he is using his cell phone to reply most important questions. My goodness. That's why you see, like, he's putting dents on the globe, and he is creating amazing life for everyone. He's becoming the greatest success story after Marie
Hmm.
Curie. Like, I think he's the property of everyone, and he is bringing a lot of positive energy. And we seriously have to think differently in our life when you are. I don't live in classroom because I've been in many schools. I've trained millions of people. I could maybe impact more than 500 million people in a different part of uh, countries. All right. So what my point is, you really can impact, and you really so because the purpose is not personal. Your dream is not personal. It's about other people because
Hmm.
your life the foundation of your life is the selflessness. All right. If you are selfless, so you can dream about people. The dream are not personal. All right. It's about other people.
Hmm.
I can make sure you definitely would make an impact because life is about making impact on other people. All right. So you work, you have to put love into it. You have to become selfless. All right.
Love, selfless,
Selflessness. All right. Yep. Yeah.
right?
Exactly. you're going to excel. And this is the purpose of your life. This is the bottom line. You will see you're going to be the massively successful. This is what my because success is not personal. It's not about me. Dreams are not about me. Responsibility is not about me. I'm talking very contradictory. A lot of people that working on their personal financial numbers, I don't believe. I believe in like taking responsibility of everyone. That's why I say if you're a salesperson, because we all are selling in our life. We all are selling. We all the time we are selling. So that's why I say I started to believe like everyone on this globe, everyone in this globe is my family member. All right. Because when you go into the company, there are three types of clients: internal clients, external clients, okay, and the intimate clients. Everyone is out there. All the resources are deployed there. Hello?
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 Hello, I can hear you. You were talking about three types of clients, internal,
All right.
external.
Are you there? And intimate client. So we all are together. We all are working together in any organization. Why? Because we want to do something for our intimate client. Intimate client
Hmm.
means your wife, your children, your personal relationship.
Okay.
All right. So if you're gonna treat everyone as a family member, all right, because you want to give everything to your intimate client really at the top. You can't give them anything cheaper in a given sense, all right. You always want to give at the top. You want to give them best, all right, whatever you're doing. So if we're going to treat everyone around us like as a family member, I believe like you will bring integrity into your work. And that's again, it's a perspective of selflessness. Again, life is
Wow.
so amazing.
Beautiful thoughts, beautiful sharing of wit, grit. I could see it all in our little chat today. And seriously, we need to do more chats with you because you have so much to share. And I think your words will definitely impact, definitely inspire, definitely bring that shine on people. You know, sometimes it's just some words that someone needs to hear to just make their life better, and acting on the principle of selflessness and by putting love in everything that you do, I think that's what the world needs. And that's how
Yeah,
we can heal planet Earth, like Michael Jackson said, heal the world, make it a better place for you and for me and the entire human race. Yay! And
yeah,
that's
yeah.
what Mike is doing. Yeah, hey Mike, thank you so much. It was amazing, amazing, amazing chatting with you today. And I completely enjoyed myself. I'm delighted. I'm on top of the world.
Likewise, likewise. I'm seriously elated and we were so flabbergasted. It's really amazing. It's really amazing
Yes.
talking
And
to
we
you.
must have you again. And I'm going to be
For
inviting you
sure.
again.
For sure. For
And
sure.
yeah, yeah. And this time, more thoughts coming. Probably you could speak on some topic because people really need this kind of selfless inspiration. And when it comes from a person who really believes in giving out selfless love, I think it will make more of an impact. So keep on making that impact, Mike. Keep on influencing people, keep on inspiring, and
Appreciate it.
lots of love and blessings to
Seriously
you
appreciate
and
it.
to everyone who joined us today on the platform. Thank you so much, but stay tuned to Chilparco International's 21 shows. We inspire, we spread love, we spread smiles, so much positivity, so much learning. And this learning is just, you don't just put it in your system. It's not like facts put in. You actually imbibe them and make them a part of your every day-to-day experience. And it begins with you. Obviously, it begins with you, like Mike said. I'm just saying what Mike said. So thank you once again, Mike.
Appreciate it.
Gratitude to you and to everyone. Take good care of yourself. Stay happy, stay blessed, and hasta mañana till we meet again. Bye-bye.
Likewise, we appreciate it. Appreciate it. Thank you very much, really, for everything. And
Thank
appreciate
you
for
so
inviting
much,
me.
Mike. It was
Thank you very
lovely.
much for inviting me and sharing this
Thank you.
energy.
Bye-bye.
I'm feeling so elated, so excited, really. Thank you very much, really.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank
Makes me
you.
feel
Bye.
happy too.
Yes, sure, sure, sure. Take care.